Hey everybody, it's Chav and Nobody Else's Auto. I think we're on. The setup is still wonky. They've changed all this stuff again, but I think we're going. You guys tell me. I see a couple of you on, but in theory, we are up and going. It took about 3 setups again. I don't know what this thing's doing. I don't know why they keep changing this stuff around, but they do. You know, it used to give me a screen that says, you know, gives me a button that says go live where everything's set up. But now it was automatically kicking me on live. And then, so I finally got it to that point and then sat there. And then it just, when I came back out, it had that screen on it. So Pete's here, David W's here. So we are going. So we'll go with it. Who knows? It's YouTube. It's their game. It's their system. All we can do is deal with it. Even though it can be a royal pain in the butt sometimes, all we can do is deal with it. Try to make the best of it so we can hang out and do what we like to do and have fun doing with the old car stuff. There's Bill. Tim made it. So apparently it's somewhat working. Some of you are getting your notifications and some of you are getting notified that we're live and ready to go. So we'll take it. There's Bill. Glad you made it, Bill. So we've got some cool stuff to check out tonight. Just some different various toys. I've got a couple boxes. We've actually done some of the Tootsie toys out of some of these boxes that I got. There's JP. Several months ago at an auction, I bought a whole bunch of Tootsies. We've done some of them on some auction stuff. However, there's a lot of them that I'm going to keep and a lot of cool stuff in there. But there's like 10 or 12 flats of them. So there's Tootsies, there's small plastic, there's all kinds of cool stuff like that. So we're going to check some of that out tonight, as well as there's Brian Dispatch, made it again tonight. Half here. Well, hey, that's something. Plus, like I mentioned to you the other night, I told you we had a viewer box. Well, I had to open it because Pete called me, and he told me there was something in there that I had to get out. So, yeah. And you guys that haven't ordered any cookies from Pete's wife yet, you need to email Pete and order cookies. Because I'm miserable. They're good, but I'm miserable. So, had to get the cookies out. But we've got a few cool things that Pete sent us to share with you tonight as well. So, let's go ahead and get started with a couple of these beer flats of little small toys from this auction a while back. Sirkan from Turkey's here with us. Glad you're here joining us from Turkey tonight. And then we're going to check out a couple of things that, that Pete sent in. So, anyway, let me go grab some of these boxes. All right, let's go ahead and start checking out some of these little toys and laying them out, and then we'll work into one of these things Pete sent me is just absolutely killer, so we're going to save it for the end. You do not want to miss it. Jeff from Ottawa's here, but we've got some cool stuff, some plastic, some stuff that, let me see if I can figure out what this one is. Lappin. There's Billy Bowman. Premier, so some kind of cool I'm going to call them off brands because they're not as popular as the ones that we're used to. So we're going to check some of those toys out as well. So let's go ahead and flip this around and get started. There's the hearts. I love the hearts. Starting off with a Tootsie. An F-86 LeSabre Tootsie. Yes, this is an actual Tootsie toy metal airplane. Has Tootsie right on the bottom of it. These did have small wheels on them. There again, just a small, fairly basic toy. Not real huge, right along the lines of what we see with most Tootsies, but you don't see a ton of airplanes. To give you an idea on size, wingspan, about 4 inches, length, just under 4 inches. So pretty common with what we're used to seeing on Tootsies. You just don't see fighter jets in them very often. There's the Buick man. So let's fly this one on down here and park it on the tarmac. As we take off with another Tootsie, the Beechcraft Bonanza. prop plane actually still has a prop on it that still spins. The Beach Bonanza, obviously famous for their V'd tail. This one's bent a little bit, it looks like. They're, again, about the same size as the LeSabre. And once again, it is a Tootsie. It says Beechcraft Bonanza on the wings. It says Tootsie down in the fuselage. So you gotta love those. Great Tootsie pieces. And Tootsie did a ton of different things back in the day. Different sizes, different types of vehicles. A lot of cool stuff. Let's do some smaller Tootsie cars. That's true, Brian. It could be. Waiting for Loader Mike to get over and slap that baby back together. These are roughly 3-inch Tootsie cars. This was the first one, a 57 Ford convertible. These are more Hot Wheels type size. A Thunderbird. And this one's kind of cool. Jaguar, probably in this era, an XK140. Probably a roadster. I doubt it's a drop head coupe with no windshield. But the Thunderbird, it's a 55 or 6 Thunderbird. This would have been done compared to like a 55 or 56 Thunderbird is what this would have been based off of. So these were all mid to late 50s era toys. And they did them in other colors as well as other brands, including the 1955 Chevrolet. They're, again, one of the smaller ones, just like we just looked at, only this one, a 55 Chevy 4-door. So kind of pre-Hot Wheel type things. And before we dig into some plastic, how about one more jet? Another Sabre. Slightly different than the last one, but also a Tootsie piece. And this one even actually has the stars and bars on it. And it says USAF. It actually has the stars and bars USAF symbol on it. So let's check out some plastic stuff. There again, some different brands than what we're used to. There's Loader Mike. There's Austin. This first truck, kind of a cab over design, 41 to 46 Chevy. Actually, kind of reminds me of the truck we bought on American Pickers. Lapin, L-A-P-I-N product, made in the USA, on this cab over type stake truck. So it does kind of resemble the 41 to 46 Chevy cab over type design. Like I said, pretty similar to the one sitting next door almost. 4.5 inches or so on this one. This next car, not really sure what it's supposed to be. It's a Premier, sort of a coupe base, sort of a early 40s Chrysler. But so this is kind of a generic one, but typical of that era. Not very clear body lines on this. Kind of a coupe, but kind of a long car. Nice. Good score, Austin. The nose looks similar to like an early 40s Chrysler or possibly even a Packard. Yeah, actually, my 41 cab over, I'm surprised, is not that rusty. I was pretty surprised that it was not that rusty of a truck. This next one, I can't even make the brand stamp out on it. It's a little bit different, and I can't quite make all the letters out, but it does say made in the USA. Does look similar to a Ford. There again, some of this early plastic stuff, this is probably 40s, maybe early 50s era stuff. Not exact, definitely not to scale, definitely a little out of proportion, but cool toys, and a lot of these are still in pretty darn good shape. Although green and red does seem to be the colors of choice. So let's check out a couple other small ones, and then we're going to get to these couple of pieces from Pete. This next one, there again, a 50s era piece, I'm guessing, from Manoil, M-A-N-O-I-L. There again, another one of these smaller companies that we don't hear a lot about. And just kind of a basic sedan. We do obviously see the flowing body lines reminiscent of 40s era cars. Christmas connections to train sets, that would make sense, Bill. And next, a piece, there's Frank, there's Brett. A piece from one of my all-time favorite plastic companies, and we've got a lot of stuff from this company. I've had collected this brand for years, even before I collected a lot of toys. This company made some stuff that really got me into plastic of this era, and that is the Renwall company. Renwall did a lot of stuff. They're mainly known for doll houses and doll furniture, but Renwall had an amazing line of vehicle stuff too, although you don't see it quite as often as you do on their dollhouse stuff. This one, kind of a pretty basic type sedan. They made some really killer streamlined stuff called Speed Kings, I think. I've got several of those in the office. So this is just a small, basic 40s era sedan. Renwall made various sizes. They made bigger stuff that was much more detailed. This would have been more of their basic line of stuff. And there again, this is a 3-inch piece. I don't know if you guys can make out the Renwall stamp in there or not, but definitely one of my favorite plastic companies of the 40s and 50s. And some early stuff, and they made a lot of great stuff. So Neil made it tonight. So let's get to these couple of things I got from Pete when I opened up my box to get my cookies. So, I was actually going to bust these open in the box so we could all experience it together, but Pete said there's cookies in there. So, that box was only taped up for about 69 more seconds after I found out there was cookies in there. So, you guys don't get to see it come out of the box because I had to eat cookies. So, cookies are out. Some of them are in my belly, and they're really good. So, if you guys haven't emailed Pete and ordered cookies from Carrie, I would highly suggest it. Unless you're don't want to be miserable, because you're going to be miserable because you're going to eat a handful of them. It just happens. So, anyway, yeah. That's pretty much exactly what it amounts to, Cookie Monster. Pete texted me back after I was already eating the cookies. And he asked me something, and I almost texted him back. And I was going to put in parentheses, in the voice of Cookie Monster, can't eat eating cookies. Because I was actually eating cookies at that time. So anyway, that happens. Yeah, Pete's wife can hook you up. John's here. And they're good. And they are peanut butter. And they are awesome. So anyway, huge thanks to Pete for sending us these pieces. And huge shout out to definitely his better half for the amazing cookies. Winter's Farm and Garden on Facebook. Be sure to check them out on there. And she makes a lot of good stuff. You don't want to miss it. I do have a personal favorite called peanut butter cookies, though. So, Winter's Farm and Garden on Facebook. Check out her page. John is on. We're watching us on his new TV. Awesome, John. I wish we didn't have to be vertical on the live since you're on a TV, but unfortunately, YouTube is forcing that. So, anyway, let's get back to these other couple of pieces we've got for tonight. First off, a model kit. I remember this car when it came out in the late 80s. I liked it when it came out. I liked it even more when I started seeing the signs of this car in the new 4th generation F bodies. As you guys well know, I have a lot of them. I've got an F body problem, but when it comes to the 4th gen 93 to 02, there are 4 of them next door. So I kind of like the 93 to 02s. And this car, when it was revealed in the late 80s, and then when that 4th gen car came out, and you could see the similarities from this prototype, I liked it even more on the Pontiac Banshee. I believe this came out in the late 80s. I want to say 88, 89 was when this dream car was revealed to the public. And then obviously we can definitely see signs of that nose in the 93 to 02 Trans Am. Now, we can even see some of this rear back here, but it does look different because this quarter panel actually sucks around slightly on the 93 to 02 Trans Ams. It looks wide back here, but because it doesn't roll, that's something they cleaned up for the production model. This painted band here was done on those cars. This type of spoiler, even though it didn't come clear to the door, was used on those cars. A lot of similarities between this car and the 93 to 02 4th gen Trans Ams, which, as you guys know, are definitely some of my favorites. Nick remembers it. Yep, it's a great piece. So that's why, I thought it was cool when it came out, but then when the new Trans Ams came out and you saw all these designs incorporated into those cars, liked it even more. So, one more piece tonight. And it's great. From another company that I'm a big fan of, that I really watch for good pieces from this company. You hear that? Yep, it's a friction. When it was made on the side of the box. All right, let's check that real quick. Okay, the model was 89, so that would have probably made the car right in that 88 window. 89 by Revell, so I'm guessing the car was revealed in 88 or maybe super early 89 for the model kit to be out by 1989. So that definitely clarifies that. Thanks, Bill. But like I said, this next piece, the best piece for tonight, save the best for last. From another company that we're big fans of and always watch for pieces, just right up there with Renwall. Stuff from the Marx Corporation. We've got a lot of tin Marx. But I've also found here recently some pretty good plastic Marx. And this piece that Pete found is a knockout plastic Marx of an absolutely epic car. I've done a video on it, on this exact car, when it was at the McPherson College Car Show. The 1951 Buick LeSabre prototype. This is a Marx plastic based directly off of that 51 LeSabre. So if you missed that video, go back and check it out. It was, 2 years ago, I think, when the actual 51 LeSabre was at the McPherson College Car Show. Yep, you were right, Matt. Yep, Marx is what we were thinking. This does have a little dude in it. He is loose. He's got a little stud to mount him in the seat, but he is loose. But when we flip it over, we can very clearly see the Marx stamping on the bottom of this. It is friction, and the coolest part about this, and it doesn't really do it very well at this point, but it actually is designed to shoot sparks. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that or not in there. It's kind of sparking just a hair. It's actually designed to shoot sparks out of that. Now, on the actual car, this is like the taillight assembly, but it is obviously very clearly made to simulate jet fighters, and you can kind of see it starting to spark in there. So super cool piece. Obviously, definitely mimics the sweep spear body lines of the LeSabre, the fins, the nose. No doubt about what this car was designed after. Although the original car was kind of a silvery blue, this one's done in a bright yellow. I'm sure they were done in multiple colors. And size-wise, just over 10, about 10.5 inches long overall. And about 4 wide. So, actually, I got this tape measure in a viewer box, probably one of the handiest things I've ever gotten in a viewer box. I use this thing every day. So, something else to come out of a viewer box I use. This tape measure has been great. I use it constantly. That's true, Bill. Toys were pretty good back then. That's right, John. It's pretty cool. And there again, having something like this designed to spark in the back to simulate that jet propulsion look was pretty cool. There's Peter from down under. So that's what we've got for tonight. Kind of a mishmash of small toys. And we've got about 8 or 10 more boxes of toys like that to go through. But I thought it was great to start with some of that and then catch the few things that Pete donated to the project to check some of that out, because those were some amazing pieces. What are you doing, goofball? Yes, more cats. So anyway, that's what we've got for tonight for Toy Tuesday. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of some cool stuff. Seen them in baby blue and red. Okay, there again, that's exactly what I figured. Those were probably available in more colors. So that answers that they definitely were. So, John, you at least caught the last one, John, and that was a good one, wasn't it? Show the children. Okay, there's a bunch of them right here. There's part of the tribe right there. Right, goofballs? The Ford isn't coming along. If Loader Mike's on here, we need to get Loader Mike over here if he's still with us. Help get that Ford back together and get it rolling. So, anyway, that's what we've got tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The rest of my week's going to be kind of screwed up. I need to get a video ready for tomorrow night. I'm going to try to do that. Actually, I need to go through and see what I've got. I need to get some stuff shot. We're supposed to have some storms coming in. I need to get on the road. I've got a bunch of stuff going on this weekend. So I've got a really screwed up week. So I'm going to try to have content ready, but I'm not going to guarantee it. So we will see how that goes, and hopefully be able to get some stuff up. I'm hoping to get some decent weather in the morning maybe before these storms roll in, or I'm hoping the storms just don't roll in. I'm hoping they go a different direction. That would be just perfectly fine by me as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes, but I definitely want to get some content up at this point, depending on, yeah. depending on this storm and whether or not I get out of here tomorrow. If I get out of here tomorrow like I've got planned and everything that I've got planned over the next 3 days comes together in order, I will be back Sunday night. If this storm gets weird and it backs my schedule up a day or two, then I may be hanging out in a hotel for Sunday night. Well, I don't know yet. But at this point, like I said, unless the weather gets so bad that it completely torpedoes the next 48 hours for me, I will plan on being on from the shop Sunday night. Just keep our fingers crossed nothing changes. So, live yard walk. That's a great question, John, because I was actually thinking about that a couple weeks ago. We are absolutely due for a yard walk. We need to squeeze one of those in because it's been 2 or 3 months. There has been an insane amount of stuff that has changed out there. So we will I definitely need to get that scheduled. Probably, and actually, after I get through this weekend, more hearts. I love the hearts. After I get through this weekend, most of November will be pretty normal. So we'll try to squeeze one in right at the beginning of November, and then we'll do and then we'll kind of either do a year-end wrap or a kick the year off right around the end of the year, end of January, first week of February. End of December, first week of January. We'll do a kind of an end of the year yard walk type thing. But I definitely need to squeeze that in. Abel's here with us. Peter always sees something he wants. Yeah, Pete's ready for a yard walk. So, yeah, peanut butter cookies don't have a real long lifespan around here. So, yard walk count as exercise. Good point, Neil. Neil, always thinking positive. You love that. I love the positivity out of you guys. Just go with it. Got to be positive. Pete's on board with it. It counts, right? Sure. But that is a great point, John. We do need to get that squeezed in. I've been thinking about it just the last couple weeks. Obviously, I was gone half of last week and then the first part of last week trying to get ready to be gone last week. Of course, when you're trying to get ready to be gone, nothing goes right. So, that's kind of how my last 10 days have been. But anyway, I will definitely get something squeezed in. You guys don't let me forget. In fact, if you guys want to bring it up Sunday night again, we'll try to get something scheduled or kind of roughly scheduled on what we can do on a yard walk, because you are completely right. We do need to get that squeezed in. So anyway, that's right. Stop being so negative, son. We ain't never not made it yet, right? Who remembers that? If that ain't an all-time great phrase, I don't know what is. Surely, I hope some of you guys actually remember that. So we ain't never not made it yet, right? Positivity. It's an important part of being a nobody. You got to be positive. So if everything goes right, you overlook something. That's very true. Brett's back with us. So Bill, you got to eat more cookies after the walk. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I need to do the yard walk because of the cookies, actually. So that's right, Peter. Peter remembers it. Stop being so negative. Got to be positive. Good rule of thumb to live by if you're going to be a nobody is to be positive, because we ain't never not made it yet. Just keep that in mind. You can always make it happen. With that, guys, I suppose we better wrap it up. I'm going to get back to work. I'm sure you guys got more important stuff to do tonight than to hang out on here with me. But I do appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, I'm going to get to work on some stuff for this week yet, for Wednesday and Friday. But like I said, I got a lot of things I got to get done and hopefully be on the road at a decent time so that my schedule doesn't fall apart over the next 48 hours to be back on Sunday. So glad you enjoyed it, John. That's why we do this. We try to have a lot of fun on here. That's the whole purpose of it, and check out some cool stuff while we're here. Thanks to you guys for making it happen and making it fun, because if you guys weren't here, it would be pretty boring. So 1,600-mile trip coming up. Yes, right. You better get some sleep, Austin, before you hit the road. I'm going to get some stuff done, so hopefully I can hit the road unless these storms derail my plans. But we'll hopefully see you some here over the next couple of evenings if I get some content ready, and we definitely will see you at some time, somehow, some point Sunday night. Hopefully back here from the shop, but worst case scenario, we'll jump on for a while from the hotel, from wherever I end up at. So, Bill had a good time. Appreciate it. Thanks, JP. We will catch you guys all later, and hopefully see you on some other content. I definitely hope to see you somehow, somewhere or another on Sunday night. Thanks for being here tonight, everybody. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you Sunday night.